Poseidon, one of the most recognized figures in Greek mythology, is known as the god of the sea, earthquakes, storms, and horses. His history is deeply intertwined with the ancient Greeks' understanding of the natural world and their storytelling tradition. Parentage, liberation, and rise. Poseidon, a pivotal figure in Greek mythology, has an origin story that encapsulates the drama and intrigue characteristic of ancient Greek deities. Born to the Titans Cronus and Rhea, Poseidon's early life was marked by the cruelty of his father and the cunning of his mother. Cronus, who had overthrown his own father Uranus to become the ruler of the universe, was haunted by a prophecy that he too would be dethroned by one of his children. To prevent this fate, Cronus resorted to a horrific act, swallowing his children at birth. Poseidon, like his siblings, was swallowed by Cronus as soon as he was born. This act condemned Poseidon to an existence in darkness, trapped within Cronus, along with his brothers and sisters. Rhea, anguished by the loss of her children and determined to outwit her husband, hatched a plan when her youngest child, Zeus, was born. She hid Zeus away, entrusting him to the care of nymphs, and presented Cronus with a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes, which he swallowed, thinking it was his newborn son. Years passed, and Zeus, who had grown up in secrecy, returned to confront Cronus. Armed with a potion provided by Metis, a titaness of wisdom, Zeus confronted Cronus. The potion caused Cronus to vomit up the children he had swallowed, including Poseidon. Thus, Poseidon was released from his dark imprisonment, emerging into the world alongside his siblings who were eager for retribution. The release of Poseidon and his siblings sparked the Titanomachy, a cataclysmic war between the Titans, led by Cronus, and the younger generation of gods, led by Zeus. This war, which raged for 10 long years, was not just a struggle for power. It was a clash of old versus new, of the established order versus the emerging order. Poseidon played a crucial role in this conflict. As the god of the sea, he commanded the ocean waters, using his power to aid his siblings in the battle against the Titans. Eventually, the younger gods emerged victorious. The universe was divided among the victorious brothers. Zeus claimed the sky, Hades the underworld, and Poseidon the sea. Thus, Poseidon's early life, from his traumatic beginning to his rise as a powerful deity, is a tale of resilience, power, and the shifting tides of cosmic destiny. His story is emblematic of the larger themes of Greek mythology, where divine will, human emotions, and the forces of nature intertwine in the grand drama of the gods. God of the sea and symbolism, Poseidon, the revered Greek god of the sea, earthquakes, and horses, holds a unique and powerful position in Greek mythology, symbolizing the awe-inspiring and often unpredictable forces of nature. His role and attributes, deeply embedded in the Greek understanding of the world, paint a picture of a deity both feared and revered for his formidable powers. As the ruler of the seas, Poseidon was seen as the master of all oceanic elements and creatures. Mariners and fishermen particularly venerated him, seeking his favor for safe voyages and bountiful catches. The sea, vital for Greek trade and travel, was a realm of both opportunity and danger, and Poseidon's mood could determine the fate of those who ventured upon it. Calm seas and successful journeys were seen as signs of his benevolence, while storms and shipwrecks were attributed to his wrath. This connection with the sea made Poseidon a central figure in a culture that was intrinsically linked to the water. Apart from his dominion over the sea, Poseidon was also known as the Earthshaker, revered and feared for his ability to cause earthquakes. This attribute stemmed from the Greeks' observation of seismic activities, especially around the Aegean Sea, which they attributed to the movements of Poseidon. Earthquakes, like the sea, were elements beyond human control, and invoking Poseidon's name was a way for the Greeks to make sense of these natural phenomena. Another significant aspect of Poseidon's identity was his association with horses. He was credited with creating the first horse, a creature that held a special place in Greek culture for its speed, strength, and utility in warfare and agriculture. This attribute of Poseidon underscored his connection to the power and majesty of nature. Poseidon's role extended to his participation in various mythological events and interactions with other deities and mortals. His relationships were often tumultuous, reflecting his impetuous and unpredictable nature. One notable example is his rivalry with Athena, particularly in their contest for the patronage of Athens. This rivalry highlighted the contrasting aspects of these two deities: Poseidon, representing the raw, untamed forces of nature, and Athena, symbolizing wisdom and civilization. Poseidon's attributes of power, control over the sea, and connection to horses paint a complex picture of a god who was both a protector and a formidable force to be appeased. His depiction in Greek mythology is a testament to the Greeks' attempt to understand and personify the natural forces around them, making him a vital figure in their pantheon. Conflict with Athena and other myths. Poseidon, the mighty Greek god of the sea, features prominently in numerous myths and stories, embodying the Greeks' fascination with the sea's power and majesty. These tales reflect human emotions and experiences, portraying Poseidon as a deity capable of both benevolence and wrath. One of the most famous myths involving Poseidon is his contest with Athena for the patronage of the city of Athens. Both deities offered a gift to the city. Poseidon struck the ground with his trident, creating a saltwater spring, symbolizing naval power. In contrast, Athena offered an olive tree, a symbol of peace and prosperity. The Athenians chose Athena's gift, preferring the benefits of peace over the prowess of war, a decision that angered Poseidon and caused him to flood the Attic plain in retaliation. Poseidon also played a crucial role in the story of Odysseus. After the Trojan War, Poseidon, angered by the blinding of his son, the Cyclops Polyphemus by Odysseus, cursed the Ithacan hero with a perilous and prolonged journey home. This myth highlights Poseidon's vengeful nature and his control over the sea, both aiding and hindering travelers. In another tale, Poseidon falls in love with the beautiful Medusa in Athena's temple. Enraged by this desecration, Athena transformed Medusa into a gorgon. The story reflects the complexities of divine interactions and the consequences of their passions. Poseidon's interactions with other gods and mortals often revolved around themes of competition, revenge, and the establishment of power. For instance, his rivalry with Zeus and Hades for control of the cosmos epitomizes the struggle for power and influence. In these stories, Poseidon is more than a mythical figure. He is a representation of the awe-inspiring and unpredictable nature of the sea, a vital element in Greek life. His narratives, filled with conflict, romance, and adventure, offer insights into how the ancient Greeks understood and interacted with the world around them, making Poseidon a central character in their mythological universe. Worship, temples, and festivals. Poseidon, revered as the god of the sea, earthquakes, and horses, was a central deity in ancient Greek religion, and his worship reflected the Greeks' deep connection with the sea and its influence on their lives. Across the Greek world, Poseidon was honored and venerated, particularly in coastal cities and islands where the sea was an integral part of daily life. The Greeks built magnificent temples dedicated to Poseidon, not just as places of worship, but as symbols of their reverence for the sea and its powerful deity. These temples were often located near the coast, overlooking the very domain Poseidon ruled, serving as a bridge between the land and the sea. One of the most famous of these was the Temple of Poseidon at Sunion, perched on a cliff at the southern tip of Attica. This temple, with its commanding view of the Aegean Sea, was a beacon for sailors. For those setting out on a voyage, offering prayers at this temple was a way to seek Poseidon's favor for a safe journey. For those returning, it was a sight to give thanks for their safe passage. The temple thus became a symbol of hope, protection, and gratitude for the Greek sailors and their families. Poseidon's festivals, such as the Isthmian Games held near Corinth, were another significant aspect of his worship. These games, which included athletic and musical competitions, were not just a celebration of physical prowess and artistic skill. They were also a religious festival in honor of Poseidon. Participants and spectators gathered to pay homage to the god, seeking his blessings and expressing their communal respect and admiration. In addition to grand temples and festivals, Poseidon's worship also had a more personal dimension. Fishermen and sailors prayed to him for bountiful catches and calm seas. Farmers sought his blessing for their horses, animals vital to agricultural and military success. In times of earthquake, people turned to Poseidon, both fearing his power and seeking his mercy. Poseidon's worship thus encompassed both the communal and the personal, reflecting his multifaceted role in Greek life. It was an acknowledgement of the natural forces that the Greeks both revered and feared, and a testament to their desire to harmonize with these forces. The temples and rituals dedicated to Poseidon were not just acts of religious observance. They were an integral part of Greek culture, symbolizing their connection to and respect for the sea and the natural world. Art and literature, modern interpretations. Poseidon, as a pivotal deity in Greek mythology, had a profound cultural impact that extended far beyond the ancient temples and rituals dedicated to him. His influence permeated various facets of Greek life, art, literature, and even today's modern culture, reflecting the enduring fascination with the sea and its mysteries. In ancient Greece, Poseidon was more than a mythical figure. He represented the awe-inspiring and unpredictable power of the sea, a a constant presence in the life of a civilization intrinsically linked to maritime activities. As the god of the sea, earthquakes, and horses, his influence was seen and felt in multiple aspects of daily life. Sailors and fishermen sought his protection, while cities prone to earthquakes revered him as a force capable of both destruction and benevolence. Poseidon's portrayal in Greek art and literature was significant. He was frequently depicted in sculptures, mosaics, and paintings, often with his trident as a symbol of his power over the seas and natural forces. In literature, from Homer's epics to the tragedies of Euripides and Sophocles, Poseidon appears as a formidable character, influencing human affairs and reflecting the Greeks' understanding of the natural world. The cultural impact of Poseidon also extended to the arena of sports and festivals. The Isthmian Games held in his honor were not just athletic competitions, but also occasions for religious observances, underscoring his importance in Greek society. In modern times, the legacy of Poseidon continues. His image and myths have been adapted in books, films, and other forms of popular culture, often symbolizing the power and mystery of the sea. He is referenced in maritime contexts, and his name has been used for ships, submarines, and even undersea research projects. Poseidon's enduring cultural impact lies in his embodiment of the natural forces that fascinated and frightened the ancient Greeks. His figure symbolizes the human attempt to understand and respect the powerful elements of nature, a theme that remains relevant in contemporary discussions about the environment and our relationship with the natural world.